This is Runaway Bay, Jamaica, in the parish of St. Ann in Jamaica. Once again, it's Runaway Bay in the parish of St. Ann in Jamaica. And today is Monday, the 14th of July 2025. Pretty warm day. 87 degrees. About zero wind. 0 miles per hour. A good day for a dip in the Caribbean Sea that is over to my right, just beyond these walls. I have the air conditioning running because I'm still not yet fully climatized, but once I am, then you know to be window down, no air conditioning running at all. There's the water, ocean, Caribbean Sea I was telling you about, and you can see the turquoise and the green shade. Place is sunny and bright. Even when I'm in the shade, the photos that I take comes out very bright. So this is the north coast of Jamaica, and it is known for being a tourist mecca. Most of the tourists that visits Jamaica at one time or another come down to the north coast, either to the parish of St. Ann, which I'm in, to visit Ocho Rios and Duns River Falls, or somewhere here in Runaway Bay, or they go to visit up in Montego Bay, which is ahead of me, in St. James. Ano dada. Yeah. I'm leaving Runaway Bay and I'm going up to Brownstown and up to 9 Mile where Bob Marley mausoleum or museum is. See the breadfruit tree? Look at all the breadfruit. Got all kinds of fruit tree. See avocado? They call it pear here in Jamaica. Runaway Meadows. This is the Mount Pleasant Academy. See how narrow the road is? Driving on these roads is like a excursion on a task that is requiring of your full attention. Otherwise, you can easily get into an accident. And as you can see from the video, some drivers, they don't even stay in their own lane. They actually, especially when they come around the corners, you see them crossing over that white line, getting on the other side of the road. People waiting for taxis or buses to take them to wherever they commute into. And this is the rural part of Jamaica, or one of the rural parts. As you can see along the roadway, a lot of trees, a lot of smaller homes. And in my estimation, I think this is where the most pleasant people are as well. Usually in the rural areas, you find people are more pleasant, easygoing, as opposed to in the city. In the city, you know, it's a little bit more fast-paced and people are less pleasant sometimes. But overall, Jamaica is definitely a magnificent place. And I'm not just saying this because I'm Jamaican. And of course, I'm definitely probably going to have a bias because I'm Jamaican. But that's not the reason why I'm saying this. Jamaica is definitely an amazing place. Not just the land, not just the island itself, but the people. The people. And yes, we know that, you know, there is always not too good personnel in every group that you see, and this is across the globe. But trust me, Jamaica is definitely a magnificent place, and I would say it's because of the people why it's so magnificent. Whether it's our Merlin Utti, Mas John around the corner, Miss Louise Bennett, whoever it is, I just think that Jamaica is just one magnificent place, period. Alright, I think I can cut off the AC and turn, oh, if I open up the windows, then that wind is going to be too loud probably. It's about a 1 hour drive from Runaway Bay to 9 miles, where the Bob Marley Mausoleum is. That's the Luster Jerk Center right there. Ponciata tree. Welcome to Brownstown. Brownstown, Sentan. Vendor selling mangoes and coconuts. All kinds of fresh fruits. And you know, the gentleman with a bread truck right there selling all kind of breads and pastry items. Cornbread or raisin bread, sliced bread, all kind of bread. And they use the plastic bottles, drink bottles, to make a fence right there, decorating. To my left and right are shops. What we would call mom and pop shops. I guess in the US they would call it that. But we just call it a shop here in Jamaica. We have shops, jerk centers, bars, restaurants, you name it. They're all on the little strip. These guys doing? Blocking the road. Everybody wanna go. Everybody just going everywhere. security directing traffic like a policeman. Got a garbage truck blocking the road partially. Yes, sir. So when you're in a city, you have to deal with this traffic. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of vehicles. But it's just because the road is narrow and everybody's coming down this one little strip of road. That's what it is. It's not no Seoul, Korea traffic where you have thousands upon hundreds of thousands of cars traversing the street. And the other thing is everybody want to like just go, you know, so that's another problem too. But you have to know how to navigate these streets or you'll just be stuck. We got the Brownstown market right here. And the bus terminal as well. That's the St. Mark Anglican Church. A very old church in the area. It's been there for a long time, long time. So we're heading out of the town. That's another section of the market where people sell their wares. Mainly grown provision and clothing. Right up there. Arcade is right here next to the market. Initially, markets used to sell grown provisions, the yam, the bananas, the spices, etc. And then in the arcade, you could get the clothing. But as time goes by, things evolve, and sometimes it gets mixed in. This is, see all the rocky road? It's a staple of Jamaican road nowadays. A lot of places you go, you'll see a lot of rocky roads. If you're off the highway, that is. The highways are like brand new, smooth sailing, but once you get off into the town areas and the villages, then you know it's gonna be a rocky road. Some of these homes have been here for years upon tens of years, decades I should say. Those are some of the more traditional homes that have been here since forever. We have a saying in Jamaica that since Whoppi killed Philip, if anybody say that to you, that means that thing is very old, like antique old, like centuries maybe old. They mean a long, long time ago. From Whoppi killed Philip, or since Whoppi killed Philip. Another older building there as well. So as you can see, and like I was telling you before, not all the homes here in Jamaica are big, humongous mansions. We do have smaller homes, of course, as well. And I'm pretty sure you know that. That's like a no-brainer. That's like everywhere, like I said, across the globe. Not everybody live in big homes, big houses. Alrighty, so I'm out of the town of Brownstown. So again, it's a little bit faster moving, but I just gotta be mindful of those holes. See that? Like that one right there, like a river in the middle of the road, so I have to literally stop to navigate it. So that's what I have to look out for. Gentleman doing some work on the road, weeding the road, using a machete to cut the grass. York Castle High School is over there. And I can see the school over there on the other side, but right there. York Castle High School. So from my location to the mausoleum is 14 miles, but it's gonna take about 34 minutes. And that's because of the winding road. And like I say, narrow road, so you have to be careful. And don't forget about the potholes as well that I talked about before. I used to remember when, back in the days, whenever I passed anyone on the street, I'd have to say hello to them. I mean, I don't think I have to, but it's just the way I was brought up, that I just say hi to everyone that I see, whether I know them or not. They could be dead strangers. Didn't make a difference. Once again, we are in the parish of St. Pan here in Jamaica, and we're out in the deep rural part of Jamaica. This is a tank right here, a community tank that captures water. And there's a catchment right there. It's no longer in commission. As you can see, there's grass and everything on that catchment. But what happens is they make the tank And then you have the pavement as well. The pavement serves as like a gutter, and it captures the rainwater and it goes into the tank. Then it's distributed to the people of the community, nearby community. And sometimes you'll have people walking like 2 miles just to come to the tank to collect water to take home to drink or to wash or do whatever they need to do with it. Now, some of these tanks are equipped with pipe that basically distribute the water to homes. However, at times these pipes will rust, and so you have to go to the actual tank to get your water. And in other areas you do have the tanks, but there are no pipes connecting you to the tank, so you have to still walk to these tanks to collect water for your daily use. Once again, like I say, whether it be to take a bath, to drink, to wash, to cook, whatever you do at a home with water. But I know in these days, more and more communities have water in their pipes, and so there are less and less people walking miles to collect water for their daily use. Miles away, and it should take about 30 minutes. So that's exactly 2.5 minutes per mile. Still not bad on these roads. I know on the highway you're doing like a minute a mile, or a mile a minute. And they're actually constructing a new highway, a new road. If you look down below, you can see it in the bushes over there. And then that's gonna make travel much faster. To where you're going much quicker if you traversing the roads in these areas once that road is finished being constructed. Got some sugar cane right there. Good old coconut. Whoa, you see that motorcyclist just now? Even the dogs are taking over the road. Look at them. Get out the road, dog. Church of God of Prophecy. Yes. Those personnel right here that we just passed, those two last two, they're actually doing enumeration work, basically picking up census. So they go from house to house and inquire about a household, how many personnel are in the household, what job they do, etc. As you know, every country does census. Every country does it differently. Some country are high-tech, some country are not so high-tech. But yeah, they're actually getting census. We're up in Bethany now. We're in Bethany, getting much closer to 9 Mile in St. Ann, Jamaica. Shout out to all who are watching this right now. Thank you for viewing. Thank you so much. Just want to say a big shout out to Peku. Shout out to Mischief. Big shout out to Country, Katie and Brown. Shout out to Shelly. Shout out to Cheryl. Simone, shout out to you. Graciela G. Gracie G. Big shout out to you. Shout out to Scott Ferguson. Big shout out to all my subscribers and all who viewed, even if you're not a subscriber, if you viewed any of my videos, whether it be long form or short form, thank you so much. Even if you just click on a video and like it, whatever you do, say thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Appreciate it. Now I'm in Alexandria, in St. Ann. And just about 7 miles from 9 miles, where the Bob Marley mausoleum is. Mausoleum. And now you can see the road is getting a little bit more pitchy patchy. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, and he was telling me how almost every single month, I know that is definitely an exaggeration, but he was saying almost every month he has to take his vehicle to the mechanics to get the front end aligned because of the potholes. They damaged the car's front end, is what he was saying. Gentleman putting some fuel in his car. was saying earlier, you see how colorful the homes are? Some of them, the beauty is in the design. Some is the beauty is in the way they paint them. And all colors go. This is the Alexandria Testament Church of God, the New Testament Church of God. Alexandria playing field, soccer field down there. There's some goats on it, eating the grass. I guess that's a good way to cut the grass, right? Easy, cheap way to cut the grass. No need to pay. Oh wow, see this now? Look how smooth this is. Nice. More workers going through doing census taking. And as you know, that's a vital part of the dealings of the government, because it tells the government how many personnel are in the country or the population, and therefore they can budget for what we call fiscal spending. So each municipality will get a certain amount of funding based on their population size, of course. As well as the opposite way around, based on the population size, the municipality will collect a certain amount of taxes. More people living there, obviously the more taxes they're going to get. Property tax, etc. Well, look, you see the colors? And of course, these aren't like massive homes, but they're beautiful just because of their design and color. Some, it's not just the color, it's both the color and the design, while others is one or the other. It's election time in Jamaica. The national election is due within the next 3 to 6 months. Therefore, you'll see these green flags on the polls or orange flags, or you'll see these posters up advertising the candidate for the various constituencies. I think one of the reasons why a lot of Jamaicans stay, I guess, fit is they walk a lot, and it's not for exercise, it's just because they have no choice, you know, walk for miles to get to school, church, work sometimes too. So it's as if you're actually working out without even knowing it. And I know back in when I was growing up as a youngster, one of the things is I used to eat healthy because we used to mainly eat ground provisions like yam, bananas, plantains, and then we'd only drink water. You don't drink soda every day and all that, but you know, now it's different. And like I say, combined with that, we used to walk everywhere. My mother would send me to the shop, and the shop would be a mile away, and I just run to the shop, buy whatever, and then run back home. And like I say, it wasn't, I wasn't health conscious or anything. It's just that the lifestyle, the way it is, you know, that's the way it is. See them fresh bananas right there? Farm. Yes, in the rural parts of Jamaica, by the way, there's a lot of, I think they call it subsistence farming. Is that what it is? When you just farm to basically feed yourself, not necessarily to take to the market to sell to others. But like almost everybody has a backyard garden. I shouldn't even say farming, I should probably say garden. But you'll have like bananas just grow in your yard, plantain, avocado, breadfruit trees, yeah, just that kind of a thing. Pumpkin, and you'll have a few chickens or hens running around laying eggs, so every morning before you go to school you can pick one up and go eat it. You know, you boil it or you fry it and then eat it, and that's breakfast. Gentlemen gathering some sticks. They use those sticks for, oh, that's it right there, Bob Marley, Land of the Legend. They use the sticks, as I was saying, they use the sticks to place in the ground next to where they plant yams, and then the vine of the yam will go up on the sticks. Call them yam sticks. And in these parts of the country, a lot of yam is planted. I think it's called yucca. I think some place call it yucca, because I know a lot of people, when they call yam, is the actual like sweet potato. We call it sweet potato. Here in Jamaica, we call it yam, but in like I've seen it in the stores in America, and they call it yucca. And what we call sweet potato here in Jamaica, they call it yams, like candied yams. That's what I've seen. So we're now in 9 Miles, land of the legend, Bob Marley, Robert Nesta Marley, the reggae icon legend. Boy from 9 Miles, the early life of Bob Marley, the legend. Yes. That's where the reggae legend mausoleum is. So that's where the mausoleum is, right there to the left. Yes, it's right there. Reggae land. So that's it right there. We just passed. Hopefully later we go there and take a look at the Legends Museum.